I can't believe it. Yeah, I never thought whenever I wrote that song that it would get released and do the way that it's doing right now. More than a Apple Valley boy could ever ask for. So.
What's up, everyone? Tania here with PopCulture.com, and today we are welcoming the very talented singer-songwriter and this year's American Idol winner, Chayce Beckham. Chayce, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me on. How you doing?
I'm good. So, congratulations, and honestly, what an awesome journey you've been on since winning this last month. How are you feeling?
It's incredible. It's a lot of fun getting to do a lot of the stuff that I've wanted to do for my whole life. And get to experience these things and kind of just soak it all up. So it's been a roller coaster of emotions for me, but I'm just really, really excited. I'm really happy.
Yeah. And, you shared a bit of your history with fans on Idol, detailing some very dark periods. And you mentioned this was your second chance. So how has the Chayce who entered the competition different than the Chayce who won?
I think I spoke about this in a prior interview. I think I just kind of relearned how to be myself, and doing that without vices and without certain crutches that I would use to get through performing, and just going through this whole experience and breaking out into performing again and getting to sing for people. I think that I just kind of was able to find myself again, and it was just kind of a beautiful journey for me as a personal thing, so it was cool to kind of watch myself go through all of it and experience the growth along the way.
Yeah, and you've been doing so many of these interviews now. I feel like you're getting to be like that pro status, or you're having fun. This whole whirlwind has been really exciting, I bet.
It's exciting, it's cool to get to talk to people, and it's a blessing. I've grown up looking up to my favorite artists and listening to their interviews, and I always appreciate it whenever they can sit down and talk to people. So I'm like, I want to do as many as possible and get to talk to as many folks as I can, just so that way I can try to connect with as many people as possible.
Yeah, I think that's nice. I think that's very humbling on your part too. And, watching you on the show and just your growth, like, was there any part of the journey that you didn't realize could have been so hard? Like, was it hard for you? Were there certain parts that were hard, especially, with, COVID restrictions? Was that kind of tough, not being able to see all your family at once, just, certain members?
Having to deal with these things on my own and be in a hotel room, and certain restrictions make it really a pain. So I don't know. I think it was just, it wasn't anything that I wasn't anticipating. I was kind of ready for whatever. So it was challenging. I don't think anything in particular really got to me, other than just the consistent singing and having to, train my voice to, deal with all the rehearsals and everything. Cause, as we all know, I have a raspy voice, so it's not always the easiest thing to sing Bryan Adams or Chris Stapleton songs for 3 to 4 hours a day, and try to perfect what I'm doing. So I think that there was a time or two I lost my voice, and I had a meltdown. I was just like, oh, I can't sing, and I was able to nurse it back to health and kind of pull myself together. But I think, other than that, there wasn't anything that I wasn't anticipating. I knew it was going to be a whole whirlwind of kind of experiences happening at one time. So.
What was the best part of this entire experience? Because I'm sure there are so many highlights for you personally, especially since it's such a monumental moment in your life. But what was something that just stuck out that you were like, I love this moment. I never want it to be over. This was a great day.
I think some of the family experiences you get to have with your fellow contestants and stuff, and times that we got to spend with each other and dinners that we got to have. I think that those are just some of the most valuable things that you can pick up through life, are just good memories with good people. So, the whole thing was one moment. If the way that I kind of look back at it, it was happened so fast, but it also feels like it happened 2-3 years ago whenever we started all of it. So it's such a weird, kind of thing to think about. I don't really have a favorite part of it. I think that the whole thing was kind of just I'm here and I'm doing this, and I don't ever want this to end. And luckily, I'm fortunate enough to be able to continue my career after this, and it's not going to end. So I get to keep on doing shows and doing music, and it's awesome. So.
And you had some incredible mentors on the show, between the judges and some very seasoned artists that you look up to. So I'm wondering, whose advice has stuck with you?
I think that they've all given me great advice on it. It's one of the same things where it's kind of they all gave such good advice. I can't say oh, this was this was superior advice from another person. They all cared so much and gave me so much love and support. And I could tell that what they were trying to communicate was coming from a serious place. So, yeah, I think everything I actually kind of held on to, and I'm still carrying it with me. And I think most of it was just like, be real, be a real person, and, continue to do that, because like what Luke said, that's what got me where I'm at now, is just being real with people. So, yeah, I think that's kind of just something that's always in the back of my head.
Yeah, and I feel like you and Luke really bonded, and he did invite you to go fishing during the finale. And, fans have seen some of your fishing photos. You might even put him to shame with the way you guys go, like, with the way you go fishing. I feel like you've got some really great catches. I'm wondering, has that happened yet? Like, have you planned a date for that, or?
That'll all work itself out real soon. I'll be in Nashville. He'll be in Nashville, and we'll have a good old date, me and Luke. We'll get fishing.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about your single 23, because it is phenomenal, and it's been topping, the charts. It's been topping Billboard and iTunes. What are your thoughts of it skyrocketing that fast?
I can't believe it. Yeah, I never thought whenever I wrote that song that it would get released and do the way that it's doing right now. More than a Apple Valley boy could ever ask for. So I'm genuinely shocked. And just blown away by the amount of support that I'm getting from my fans and from people across the country, people across the world. It's honestly, it's a real beautiful thing to experience. So,
and another song that resonated with all of us was Mama. It's such a touching song, and one that, I was crying listening to, because I thought it was so perfect and eloquent. And so how important was this journey, not just for you, but for your family as well, especially your mom? Like, you guys are so close, and I love that.
Yeah, I was I think this was such a big feat for all of us. I think that it doesn't mean the world to just me. It means the world to my mama and to my dad, my stepdad, my sisters. I think everybody was involved at one point with kind of just, my well-being and trying to make sure that I was okay. So yeah, it's a big deal for all of us. I think it means more to me how much it means to my family. That's what means the most to me, for them to care so much and for them to want to see me succeed and do the things that I love in life. And for me to be happy, I think it's monumental to be able to kind of give that back to them.
Yeah. And you've been able to go back home since, Idol's over. So what was the reaction like, seeing your friends, obviously your family already got to see you, but what about your friends? What was the reaction like?
It was awesome. I got to get together with my buddies, and they came up. We did a barbecue. We all got to hang out, swim, play cornhole, play music. It was awesome. I got to see, some family friends. I got to go ride my dirt bike yesterday, which was incredible. I really enjoyed just being outside. And that was something like, when you're in LA and you're in the city all the time, I was like, I just want to get away from here. And I want to be like in the middle of on a motorcycle, enjoying myself. And I finally got to do that yesterday. So that was so refreshing. And it's just a nice little reset, I think, for what I'm about to do, the things that I get into. I don't think I'm really going to have too much time to be here enjoying those things in Apple Valley. So it's awesome to get to see everybody, and everybody just, it's so cool. They're all really proud of me. And that's a great feeling, to make, the people that you love and care about proud. I think like the worst thing in the world is when you disappoint your parents or your family. And then the best thing in the world is whenever they can say that they're proud of you and, you've accomplished something. So it's a good feeling. But it's all just pretty much, it's just for the moment. I have to go back to work pretty much. So it's like, feels great, soak it all up. And then it's like, all right, nose back on the grindstone, and working on songs. And I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be around everybody. So it's like, I kind of just enjoy those little moments that we get to spend with each other, and kind of relish in our good fortune for now. And go back to working hard and trying my best.
Mm-hmm. So speaking about work, your album is coming up, and your fans, all of us, we're so excited. So what can we expect with like the identity and the sound? Like, what do you want to portray with this record?
I think that I'm just going to represent the same thing I've been trying to represent, just real music, real guitars, and real instrumentation. And, talking about life as Americans, you know, the life that we live in, the struggles that we face and the things that we go through, not only as individuals, but as a community. So I think that that's just something that I really can't wait to be able to kind of, you know, speak to my fans about, you know, some of the things that I've been through music. And kind of my whole plan is just to give my all to everybody through music for the rest of my life. And so, you know, I think that everybody can kind of just expect 100% of me. And it's not going to, you know, I'm really not in a box. I'm country music and I'm doing country and I love country music. And, you know, I have that opportunity to kind of be able to play music that's not 100% country or that's not 100% rock. And, you know, like people that I look at like Stapleton and stuff, they have tons of tunes that are just kind of off the wall that I love, that aren't just defined in one box. So, I mean, I think that you can kind of expect to hear, you know, similar to what you've been hearing, but it's going to be my own. So I think that it makes it all the more better. I think that that was really where I shined in the competition, is I got to sing original songs as opposed to singing covers and stuff. So I got to share a little bit of myself with you guys through songs like Mama and songs like 23. So I guess that's kind of just like a taste of what we're going to be getting into.
Yeah. And do we have a date for the album or even the next single? Do we have any sort of like when we can anticipate some more Chayce Beckham?
I'm going to Nashville to figure all that out tomorrow.
Okay. So that's perfect. I'm sure fans are going to be so excited and stoked for that. And you're going to be obviously updating everyone on social media with these little teases, right?
Yeah, we'll do little teasers and stuff. So I'll let everybody know what I'm doing and what's going on. You know, I mean, it's pretty surreal, I guess, for me to kind of go through all of it and have fans and stuff. I remember before all this, I was like, man, it'd be so cool if I got like 15,000 fans or something like that. And then like, you know, monumental jump that I was able to make it's just so crazy, you know, I don't know. Like, so I'm excited to be able to share this with everybody who's kind of like helped me stay on this process and stay on this path. So yeah, everybody will be in the know. Right now is kind of just like my week, not off, but like a breath of fresh air before I hit the ground running. And yeah, we're right back to it. So I'll definitely keep everybody filled in. But my biggest thing is just staying relevant in music and staying on top of it, and, you know, using this momentum and using this wind in my sails to kind of just keep going and not let that die out at all. So it should be a quick process.
That's perfect.
As they're gonna have to wait all year to hear an album from me. We'll have something out by the summer. So that's
awesome. So, you know, before I do let you go, I know that you've got the album coming out and you're gonna eventually tour. You know, this will come gradually, I'm sure. You're gonna win awards and all that good stuff. I know, I can sense it because you're so awesome. You know, down the road, who would you like to collaborate with, even if it's just a duet, or if you want to go in that direction?
I mean, honestly, anybody that I've already worked with, I would love to work with again. Or if it's like to get with Stapleton, I've always wanted to work with Chris Stapleton. I'm a huge Chris Stapleton fan. But I mean, I love Stapleton, Midland, Luke Combs, Bryan. Luke, if you want to do something, holler at me. You know, just anybody. I'm excited to work with any of these artists and just to be able to get, you know, my music and my message out there to other people. And if it, you know, if I can gel with other people and kind of, you know, to be able to write a great song, I don't think that I'm going to limit myself to, you know, anybody. I want to work with as many other artists as I can to kind of create a catalog of music that a lot of people can listen to and relate to and enjoy for, you know, years to come. So, you know, I'm very particular about not having favorites or number ones or anything. I love everybody and I really want to get to work with as many people as possible. So any of those names I just rattled off, and then hundreds more. I'll do as many duets as possible. And kind of just collab on music. You know, some of my favorite songs are collaborations in country music between two different artists. So hopefully we can do that. You know, you got great songs like Whiskey Lullaby, and Chris Stapleton does a million good duets, and I don't know, iconic songs. So hopefully we can make some of those in the future. I don't know who it will be with though. So I guess we'll just have to find out.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We're so excited for you, Chayce, and like we're so happy and just stoked for your journey. So thank you for taking the time to chat with us today. Guys, for more with Chayce, all your American Idol news and more, keep it locked to popculture.com for the latest.